sorry, I hit the stop. It doesn't mean you open the floodgates. It just means these are your substitutes. Okay? So you can use sugar in your baking, but you can use them as a substitute. When using the syrups, though, reduce the liquid amount of your other ingredients in the recipe by about a quarter. So if it calls for milk or water in your recipe, reduce it by about a quarter of a cup. Okay? And for everything else, it's just the way I explained it. Okay? So you can substitute that sugar. Now, I want to go over a typical day at this point to understand what a typical day would look like. These are only suggestions. You don't need to follow it, but I just want to give you an idea of what a typical day might look like. So for myself, I get up usually, pretty early in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And the first thing I'm having is my water with lemon. I want to start that nice gentle flush, get that broom going through my intestine, get it through my system. So I have that hot cup of water with the lemon in it. Then I flush out my mouth, okay? Then I'm typically either having a smoothie or I'm having a cup of fruit of some kind, or I will have a banana like on its own, or a bowl of cherries. I would, or strawberries. Maybe I even have a little bit of yogurt. Personally, I use coconut yogurt. So milk is very controversial. I'm not going to get into it here. I personally don't eat any cow's milk, but I will have the oat milk, the coconut milk. I will have alternative almond milk, rice milk, any of the alternative milks, because it does have a lactose in it. Lactose, like sucrose, like a sugar, can have a high sugar content. But also, I believe that, we're personally the only mammals that drink milk after birth, and I just don't think it's good for my body, especially for inflammation and joints. I suffer from a little bit of early arthritis. So for me, staying on track with that is very, very important. Okay, so that's 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm having that. Then at around 9, remember I told you in week 1, 2 hours later, I usually have some yogurt with some granola, and I'll throw in some flaxseed oil because I like a tablespoon of that for my omegas, which isn't really, really, really hyper important, but it is very good for you to throw in that flax. Now, we were using in the smoothies, and I continue to use it, okay, every single day. Then around 11, I'm having usually an ancient grain wrap with mixed greens or some tuna, some hummus. I'm having my meal at that point. So I start my morning with my meal. I have my snack around 11, and then around 11 to 12, I'm having my meal. About 2 hours later, I'm going to start having some veggies or some more fruit. Like I have an apple, like I love an apple. I might add some almond butter just to get a little protein, but you don't have to. It's that one food source that I talked to you about before, week 1. And then 2 hours later, I'm going to be having my dinner, might be having chicken with my vegetables, maybe a salad, something like that. And then depending how busy I've been that day, I will usually have a snack. Maybe it's a handful of raisins, maybe it's some nuts. I'll just have something little around 6, 7 o'clock at night, and then kitchen closed. I am detoxifying. I am giving my digestive system a rest for a full 12 hours. And I try to do that every single night as best I can. And, that's usually a good 5 out of 7 nights a week that I'm not having anything for 12 hours. So I'm doing a little bit of a fast, which is so, so good for us. Don't know if you've ever heard this before, but then when you wake up in the morning, breakfast is called breakfast because it's really breaking your fast. They said that many, many years ago, the pioneer days, the farming days, that's what they did. They used to break their fast first thing in the morning. So this week, let's replace our sugars. Get rid of all that white refined sugar. Throw it out. They say sugar is more addictive, if not the same, as cocaine, gram for gram. It is very addictive, very, very addictive. This is one of the hardest weeks. The wheat removal was very difficult, but it was, you're still getting your wheat, you're still getting that chew, but for some reason the sugar is really hard to get off of. How often should you have that, though, throughout a day? Well, be mindful of those drops, those sugar cravings. If you're not doing your food diary still, I would be adding in your food diary. A food diary is so easy to do. You could actually just take something like, I'll just show you, like this. So I've got my food diary with my breakfast, mid-morning snack, my lunch, my mid-afternoon snack, my dinner, and my evening snack, writing it all down. And I'm making sure I'm putting the time, what I'm having, feeling, like how do I feel about that food? Is it that dip in sugar? What was the serving portion approximately? I'm obviously checking off my water because I'm trying to have that water specifically with all of these different meal times, which will get me at least 6, maybe even 7, which is great because they're usually like 8 ounces, and I need to remember that it's my weight divided by 2 is how many ounces. So for myself, I want to be getting about 6 8-ounce glasses of water. And then what was I doing? I like to say like my activity. Where did I fit in my workout? Did I go for a walk? And so on and so forth. So back again, we've got time, we've got food, feeling, servings, water, and activity. And I'm always tracking that, okay? Then you will look at it and say, okay, well, I really craved it then. Tried an apple. Tried to curb it by a vegetable. Tried to curb it with a natural granola bar that I made or something like that. Didn't work out. Okay, why? Where was I? How was I feeling? And did I need it every single day? There's nothing wrong with needing it every single day. It's whether or not did you crumble and end up grabbing that coffee with sugar in it or your cream, your old habits, or did you have a cookie, or you know what I'm trying to say? You're just trying to have some control back of that diet. All right, so good luck. You've got this. I shouldn't say good luck. I never like that because it's not luck. You have the tools. You can do this. I know you can. I will see you back week 4 for our new teaching. Bye for now.